down, guys. And okay, let's begin the first part. For the first part, Crimson will illustrate the situation that we are facing and what to do next. So let's move to Crimson.
You want to do the Chinese translation, or I can just go for it?
You go straight for it who is English. The H2 crypto will interpret it.
Okay, got it. Okay, hello everyone. I think welcome to BinaryX third internal AMA. I think good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are from. I think in this AMA, I'll talk a little bit about our recent work and try to answer questions from volunteers as much as I can. To start off, maybe I just try to share our work recently. You guys can hear me, right? Just before I continue.
Yeah, if you guys can hear Crimson talking, you can type one in the volunteer chat.
Yeah, just want to confirm. Okay. I think so our recent work, I think recently has been including two things. I think one is the refinement and optimization of the current economic model, and also the update of the new game model. If you have been playing the game, if you have seen, I think the current economic model has been gradually accepted by most of our players, and the number of heroes recruitment is gradually recovering. It's doing very well, which has always been our expectations. Excessively high yields are usually not in line with current market conditions, and we hope that the stable rate of reward can gradually restore the confidence of players and establish a long-term and stable economic model in the process. So short-term and drastic changes in economic model are usually not suitable for the current market, and drastic changes is of the rate of reward, right? It's not the objective of most of the players. So in addition, we have already started testing new game modes. Players can earn points through PvP battle and earn rewards through leaderboards. This will also be BinaryX experiment with a new economic model where players earn points in PvP battles and earn rewards. So players who hold NFT will gain advantage in battles, but this advantage will not really be decisive. And players' strategic choice will be a more decisive and bigger factor in this PvP battle. So I think what we want to achieve is ultimately want to provide players with a more interesting and strategic game. So it requires more thought process playing this game. So if this game mode is well received by players, I think we also consider this game as a new battle mode for new dungeon. So all economic adjustments and changes will be confirmed through DAO. So in future, our economic model will be adjusted after a full discussion with the community, which requires a lot of help from and a lot of explanation to the community as well. So the project teams, I think, hopes that the game will eventually become a community-based game. I think with all the player suggestions being respected. Yeah. So following the above updates, right? I think the update that I've shared with you guys, I think we would like to send our greatest gratitude to all our volunteers, you guys that have been with BinaryX throughout the journey. I think the road to success hasn't really been easy, but it's just the beginning. So the whole team has been very grateful to everyone here that has helped, contributed in one way or another. I mean, examples like helping in moderation, community channels, giving feedbacks, and maybe there are other contributions where I may have missed out on. I mean, one good example is, I mean, this internal AMA, we have volunteers helping to moderate the channels and helping with, I mean, just now even with my voice settings. Yeah, so I think you guys have gone out of way to really spend your precious time to help everyone out, help us out as well. And your feedback and contribution has really been valuable and will surely be recognized and appreciated. I think rest assured that I think following the growth plans of CyberDragon, we have not forgotten, I think, our most loyal fans. And in the future, there will be planned rewards and I think further recognition for the volunteers and also our most loyal fans. Yeah. So our incredible journey, I think, has only just begun, and I think we require every one of you to walk with us on this planned road to success. I think we acknowledge that that there are times, there are things that I think we can improve on, but I think we thank you for your patience and understanding while we continue to improve and take in more feedback and strive to be the best GameFi globally. I think with that being said, I think we can move on to our next session of AMA, answering some of the questions that have been shared from us by our development team as well. So I'll move on to the Chinese translation. Yeah.
哇，这一段相当的长。好，那就是一开始的就是先讲到经济模型的部分。那经济的模型就是会希望就是一直以来就是不断的在做一些重新修改。大家都知道经济受到一些挑战，所以一开始就提到了经济修改的部分。那这部分是持续的在进行。那包含之后在就是不管是 PVE 还是 PVP 这部分，都会持续的在进行的改良这样子。那这游戏的推出是会持续的进行的，但是这些都会其实第二个重点就是在于社群的力量，就是我们会采用到更多的 BAO 来征询玩家的看法跟意见，来促成接下来的每一个重要的功能去进行。那这是第二个我刚刚听到的重点。那第三个听到的就是在整个项目方，它会针对于志愿者这边，也包含玩家这边，他们会提供更多的一些奖励，来感谢大家，就是不断的提供，就是支持跟持续的帮忙。所以针对志愿者们，他在后面那段也提到说，希望大家可以继续的帮忙收集社群的意见，然后并且持续的照顾社群里面的每一个人每一个想法，这样。这大概是我听到的几个重点，这样。那之后可能看是不是谁还可以继续帮忙稍微再补充一下这样子。我目前先讲到这里。
Okay. I think that it's like challenging for H2 crypto to translate such a long speech. So well done. I think you have done a really good job. And I think you guys have more outlines about what we will do next. And for the second part, our head of marketing, Crimson, he is going to answer the questions you guys asked before. And what's more, for this time, we will answer all questions you guys have raised. So let's start one by one.
Okay, so I think thanks for the questions that you guys have sent in. I think the development or the development team has given their response to some of the questions, and I think I'll take the answers, and then if there are still questions after that you guys can just post on the channel, the volunteer channel, and then I'll try to answer after that as well. So moving on to the first question. The first question is that from one of the volunteers was that it was mentioned before that anyone can make a proposal in the DAO after paying a certain amount of BinaryX. When will this be implemented, and how much would it cost to propose? And then, okay, so the answer to this is that the proposal to pay a certain amount of BinaryX, I think, to launch a round of DAO voting, I think currently is being considered and by the team. It's not firmed up yet. I think if we're gonna think of approximate cost, it would approximately cost. It wouldn't be cheap, of course, because ultimately you have the power to decide on a certain outcome. So the proposal will cost, I think, approximately 100 BNX. That is not firmed up yet. That is the approximation cost. Of course, it may change according to in future, according to development of the project and the price of BNX in the future as well. Yeah. Okay. So for the second question, is it possible to make dungeons more challenging and thought-provoking right now?
Sorry, can we just give some time for H2 Crypto interpret.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just leave the first question first, then for the interpretation. Yeah, sorry about it.
Yeah, sure, thanks. 针对第一个，就是因为这个 DAO 它可能这个金额势必不会太便宜，因为它会根据牵扯到官方的一些经济上面模型的设计，但它能够说的是，它会一个可能接近100个 BNX，是有这样子的想法存在。那至于之后怎么样设计，等到确定以后会再跟大家说明。这样，
Okay, so for the second question is that is it possible to make dungeons more challenging and thought provoking right now? So I think this is a great suggestion. I think this we have been thinking constantly how of course how to make dungeons more challenging, more innovative. I would say and more fun. I think that the team has been actively seeking cooperation with traditional game teams actually globally. We are looking for that in addition to Cyberland and Cyber Chess and additional dungeons in future that will have more game attributes, and that will there will be more players who will attend BinaryX ecological reconstruction. So we will do some changes in the dungeon for sure. Yeah, in the future. So after card games or auto chess systems are proven to be more playable and more successful, then we will consider using them as a new dungeon fighting system. Yeah.
一直有一些有创意的想法被提出来。那整体来讲的话呢，更有挑战性的这件事情是团队一定会做的。当然，这就是包含之前我们提到的 roadmap 里面那些蓝图，包含了 Cyberland 跟 Auto Chest，还有那个 Cyber Arena，这些全部都是会一并的进行考量，所以这个方向是会去做的。那就是针对我们现有的这些元素去加以建构跟重构。
Okay, so this the third question is that when will we get more details on Cyber Arena, and will having more NFTs benefit players in the new game? So I think we've considered adding like other attributes like monster attributes, and I think more difficulty to dungeons. I think the dungeons data adjustment will affect the interest of almost all the players. So I think this is something that we have to consider seriously. I think we have to discuss it more carefully as it will affect the economy. It will affect quite a number of things inside the game as well. So and then after consideration, and then we will put it through DAO and then to get into a voting system as well, so that you guys can, I think you guys and the community can make the choice on it as well. Yeah.
游戏副本里面增加怪物的属性跟难度有考虑过，但是因为地牢的数据的一旦调整以后，会涉及到所有玩家的利益，那所以这部分需要更慎重的进行讨论。那之后可能会需要一些可能社群这边可能会在征求社群的意见，然后再来进行下一步的做法。
Okay, the next question is what it was once mentioned the team is thinking of giving voting rights to NFT holders. Can you elaborate a little bit on this and comment on if the dividend weightage of an address will play a role? Yeah, so NFT holders are usually deeply involved in game construction, and mostly NFT holders are also have BNX, are holders of BNX as well. So in the development of DAO and game, NFT plays a different roles in different periods of time. So in community DAO, I think holding token snapshot is relatively the consensus of all the community, and the inclusion of NFT in voting weights may raise new issues such as whether holding crystals or gold should be even given voting rights, and how voting weights of different cards and tokens should be balanced. So it's a common practice in industry to use like BNX as a voting weightage, and I think we will discuss it with the community. I think to have a better voting weightage system, and we'll use the current voting system for the time being until we have confirmed a new method that we can agree on.
持有 NFT 的玩家是深度参与游戏的玩家。那多数持有 NFT 的用户也有相对应的 BNX。那在整个游戏发展的过程，其实NFT 发挥的作用不太相同。那基本上来讲，在社区的 DAO 当中，那持有 token 的快照，那其实是社区的共识。那将 NFT 纳入投票权重，却可能会带来一些新的问题啊，可能像是水晶或者是金币，是不是应该也有投票权？那不同的卡片，然后水晶、金币的权重如何平衡，这些都会是问题。那所以现在会先维持 BNX 作为投票权重的做法。那之后有跟社区更深入的讨论以后，会再看如何进行这一块的设计。
Okay, so moving on to the next question, how do we recover NFT value? It seems all NFT value only remains to upgrade burning, no matter the main character. So, does any idea to increase NFT value unless Cyberland use? Okay, so I think for this question, I think we will continue to increase the use of old heroes in the game. So BNX may possibly be used for new games or on demand in the future. So I think we will consider the use of old heroes in all future games. So we will never in all future game modes. So we will never give up on the whole old heroes. So not to worry on that. Yeah.
我们在新游戏里面会继续增加老英雄的使用场景。那 BNX 未来也会有一些新的游戏，在未来的游戏里面，我们都会考虑到老英雄的使用情境。那他提到说不会放弃老英雄，那请大家不要担心。
So the next question, is it possible to change dungeon claim reward from 24 hours to 22 to 23rd hour of the day? So I think currently there's a lot of time-based data in our new economy, such as lock-in reward, dungeon reward statistics, and I think management and other time factors. So I think adjusting to 22nd or 23rd hours, I think may cause some additional problems that we may face. So I think it's not to say that there's no such possibility, but I think we need to further evaluate this requirement as it may affect a lot of other elements of the game as well.
目前新经济的系统里面有许多基于时间相关的计算数据，那比如说锁仓的收益、地牢的产出统计跟管理这些，调整成22或23小时可能会导致一些意外的问题。那当然做这些修改并不是不可能的，但我们需要进一步评估这个需求，才能决定是否这样做。
Okay, so the next question is how to solve the problem of low willingness to recruit heroes as well as the low willingness to upgrade. So I think the problem of low numbers and unwillingness to recruit new heroes was expected by the team initially. So I think it was helped also by the steady rewards of the first batch of new players and the relatively good token price movements recently. So about upgrade to increase rewards, what we learned in the past project development and other GameFi experiences and lessons. I think the multiple rewards through the calculated results, the current need for consideration to test for a period of time. I think everything is in order to the long-term development of the project and reward stable and durable and the entering of more players. So I think this problem has been getting better. So with the overall rewards that we have pushed out, yeah.
新抽卡的玩家数量较少，跟意愿不强这个问题，在团队这边是有料想到的。那第一批抽卡的玩家的稳定性收益，跟最近相对良好的token 的价格走势，那目前看起来是有往正面的方向去前进。 那关于升级增加收益的问题，那其实项目这边是吸取了其他地方的 GameFi 项目的发展，还有一些经验跟教训。那所以根据整个参考以后，经过倍数收益计算得出来结果，就是大家现在看到的情况。那现在这个机制是需要一段时间来测试，才知道是不是如同预想的一样进行。那这一切都是在长期发展跟收益稳定的基础之下，那希望可以吸引更多的玩家入场。
Yeah, moving on to the next question. Will more power be given to crystals, and will crystal dungeons be cancelled in the future? I think for crystal dungeons, it's already under planning. There will be more crystal usage scenarios in the future, and crystals will be an important resource that is rare and difficult to obtain. So previously, if you ever been hoarding crystals, that would be something that will be useful very useful in the future. Yeah.
水晶地牢已经在分化中，未来会有更多的水晶使用场景。那水晶会是一种稀有而且难以取得的重要资源。
Okay, moving on to the next question. I think the robot automatically do adventure when WOM is high. So at present, it's hard to make money in dungeon, and the participation of ordinary players in dungeon decreases. I think which is not conducive to the positive economic cycle. So the problem of manual verification, I think, may affect the game process and progress on the chain. But the current dungeon game relies on, I think, macro control of the overall economic model. So some players who use a script to participate in the game are also part of game. But we will restrict actions that seriously affect balance and also gameplay. So if there's no serious economic issues or outcome, so we will not really take the initiative to use too much drastic means against this kind of players.
人工验证的问题在目前的区块链上可能会影响游戏的进程跟进展。目前的副本是依赖整体经济的模型去做宏观的调控，所以用脚本参与游戏的玩家也是游戏的一部分。但是项目这边会对严重影响平衡跟游戏体验的行为进行限制。那只要没有严重的影响的话，项目这边是不会去启动一些比较激烈的手段来阻止这样子的行为。
Okay. Moving on, second last question. At present, the number of heroes recruitment is not that much. So, have you considered how to attract new people to enter and old people to reinvest? So, I think with the recent BinaryX prices becoming more stable gradually, I think we can see BinaryX project going towards a good direction. And I think we are actively seeking cooperation with some exchanges. I think the large community, and also looking for new players to enter. And then and also as above mentioned, when the currency price is stable, I think the rewards tend to be more stable as well. And that will also ultimately lead to the project having a better progress. So at the same time, I think the product and technical team is also actively preparing for upcoming development. I think including upgrades, dungeon, gold burning in the game, which we have already planned and will be available at the appropriate time. So if anyone wishes to work, or you have anyone who is interested to cooperate with us, I think to feel free to recommend. Yeah.
近期的 BinaryX 价格走势逐步稳定。可以看到 BinaryX 项目在朝好的方向去发展。那项目这边积极的寻求跟一些交易所，还有大型的社区进行合作，来寻求新的玩家入场。那同时因为币价稳定，那所以整个收益也会趋于稳定。那项目在 更好的进展的同时呢，技术团队这边也积极的准备接下来的开发，那包含了升级内容，还有副本相关的内容，还有金币消耗这些种种的促进。那这些都是有计划的，然后会选择在合适的时候上线。如果大家身边有一些想要与 BinaryX 合作的，那请欢迎大家推荐。
Okay, sorry, this is the second last question and not just one of the third last question. So second last question on how do we recover old NFT value? So yes, I think we will be adding new skill systems. So we'll be adding also more use cases for NFTs in the new game as well. So there will be this new cases will increase the value of NFT. Yeah, that will be used. Yeah.
是的，我们会增加技能系统。我们会在新游戏里面增加 NFT 的使用场景，那新场景将会增加 NFT 的使用价值。
Okay, moving on to the last question. This is a long question, so I'll go on the first part of the question first. Due to the ever-changing WOM, I think in particular for higher level dungeons, when WOM is higher, is below a certain point, example below 1.0, many of our users are suffering heavy losses as they only get small amount of rewards from the monsters, and they do not even cover that much of entry fees that they pay. So hence our users believe that entry fees shall change dynamically according to the WOM changes, changing constantly. So at the moment, much higher rewards for higher level dungeons as per Ethan is not really much. It's not really happening at all. So answer to the question is that I think we have been monitoring the dungeons new system since the new economy came online. So I think we confirmed that I think new system has been working fine normally. So I think the reason for our current low level dungeon yield is that there is a stock of gold in our economy that was previously produced, and the number of miners was small to begin with. So resulting in the amount of gold consumed per dungeon per day being several times the amount of gold mined on the actual day. So according to our new economy design, this will result in lower level dungeon productivity. I think since the consumption of gold is much higher than production, so the stock of gold is gradually used up, and I think the situation will improve.
在新的经济系统上线以后，我们一直对地牢的新系统进行监控。那我们确认新的系统有一直在正常的运作。目前地牢收益低的原因在于，新的经济当中之前有很多存量的金币很多，那现在刚开始挖矿的人数比较少，这导致了每天地牢消耗的金币的数量。跟当天挖出来的金币比较起来多了很多倍，但依照我们新经济的设计，这将会导致地牢的产出变低。那因为最后因为金币的消耗量大于产出量，那之后在金币逐渐被消耗之后，预期这个情况将会好转。
Okay, so the second part of the question is as to making the game live up to its catchphrase, I think much higher rewards for higher dungeon level. Our users believe that we need a surprising encounter with special hidden monsters carrying a fat wallet full of rewards. I reckon that we use the ones like Dragon Eaters and Laughing Shania. I think particularly considering the high entry fees and risk of suffering heavy losses that users take to the high level dungeons, level 4 to level 6. I think this special monster shall come back to the DGs. If not for all dungeons, then at least for the higher level dungeons such as level 4 to 6. So by doing that, I think users will be more willing to do dungeons by taking risks of suffering losses, as they still can expect to come across these special monsters or special instances and get the rare rewards or the excellent rewards if they defeat them. So our users really need good rewards with those challenges. So that was the second question. So I think the response to the second question is that I think Laughing Eater and Dragon Eater and Laughing Shania are always in the dungeon actually, and then from the beginning it is a very rare instance to encounter them. As the number of dungeon adventures per day is now less than 10% of its peak. So it is very difficult to encounter the hidden bosses. I think in future we will consider tweaking the mechanics to make it easier for monsters, easier for players to meet this rare monsters.
食龙者跟瓦尼莎是一直在地牢中的实际上一开始就是以很小的几率才可以遇到，但因为现在的每片地牢的冒险次数并不到先前高峰的10%，那因此玩家可能会觉得比较难遇到这些隐藏的 BOSS。我们会考虑做一些调整机制，来让玩家更容易遇到他们。
Okay, so I think that's finishes up.
That's a That's all for the questions that we have collected before, and thank you, Crimson, for answering all of the questions. And so now it's open discussion time, and you can send your messages in text in our volunteer chat. If you can't access the volunteer chat, you can DM me your Discord ID or DM Verosa your Discord ID, and we will give you the access to that channel. So I will give you 5 minutes to send your questions there. H2, can you interpret it? Hello,
好的，那现在大家可以在 volunteer chat 里面就是输入一下你们想要提出的问题，那时间5分钟。
Yeah, and during the waiting time, I will share my screen to show you some artworks of Cyber Arena and Cyber Chess, and you can take a sneak peek of it.
现在 Olivia 就是会显示一下她的荧幕，给大家看一下，算是一个前期的揭露关于 Cyber Arena 跟Cyber Land 吗？不好意思，刚听不清楚。
Cyber Arena and Cyber Chess, some artworks.
OK，就是自走棋跟之前提到的卡牌游戏 Cyber Arena。
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
So during the 5-minute waiting time, I will show you some artworks of our upcoming new games, and you can take a sneak peek of it. So these are the characters from the Cyber Chess.
这些是来自于自走棋的一些影像。
And I'm also going to show you a video on Cyber Arena. So this is like a demo video from Cyber Arena, which we are going to launch in this month. So I think it's time for Crimson to answer some open questions. So let me pick one question. So Crimson, can you answer this? Is there still plans to release the crafting system? It was mentioned before in a media article.
Yes, so crafting system, of course, I think it's in our development plan, and then that's where I think Crystal will be an important resource for this system. Yep, as mentioned before, it's going to be a rare resource. Yep.
铸造的系统是原本就在规划当中的。那水晶的用途也是会如同先前所讲到的，它会是一个更稀有的运用，所以之后大家都可以看到。
And the next question, when were the hero skills and talents to be implemented in the game?
Yeah. So the skill system, I think, it will go live when our card games and auto chess games go live as well. Yeah.
技能的这个功能会出现在和自走棋跟其他的游戏当中，这是会被做的。
Okay, so sorry to interrupt this session because I think it's only like 5 to 10 minutes left for the giveaway boats to draw the lucky winner. So if you haven't take part in the raffle, you can just scroll up your screen in the volunteer chat channel and click the celebration meme under the pinned message, and you will be eligible for the raffle.
现在就是 还有5到10分钟的时间。那如果还没有去参加参加彩票活动的，请记得去点选那一个 celebrate 的那个的那个符号，那就可以参与活动。
Okay, so let's move to the next question. What's gonna happen to our real heroes, such as legendary heroes and Katrina, in terms of benefits and perks and so on?
Okay, so I think in the upcoming new game updates, right? I think rare heroes will help players, I think, gain an edge in the game. We will also increase, I think, the amount, the income of rare heroes in the current economic system. So I think look forward to the next game updates, and then yeah.
问题是说像 Katrina 这样子的稀有英雄之后的价值该如何提升？那回答的是说这些都会在之后的游戏更新里面都会被考量到，那我们可以拭目以待。
Let's move to the next question. In this current situation, we all know that the market is on bear and they affect to all play to earn games. And what's the team movement and next step to lure more new players and endure this current market situation?
So currently, I think we will provide, I think, players with economic model of long-term stable returns, and ultimately stable returns is more valuable in a bear market. So I think in this kind of situation, if you have been following the crypto market, there will be that there are usually bull market, bear market. It comes in a cycle. So I think in the long run, it's more stable. It helps player more in the longer run as well. So at the same time, I think we will provide more gameplay and corresponding game rewards to make the game more interesting. So you will spend a little bit more time on the game. So that is something that we are looking at. So in addition to this, I think we will continue to build more product plans. So I think so stay tuned for our follow-up announcements as well. Yeah.
现在整个链游的跟币圈的生态是在熊市的一个阶段。那我们应该问题是说，我们应该要如何做一些吸引新玩家的活动，或者是让老玩家玩得更好的做法有哪些呢？那回答的大致的情况是说，币圈它其实本来就是有高高低低的起伏涨跌，那所以基本上来讲，在这些循环之下，我们要追求的是游戏的长期的均衡发展。那所以大家可以看到我们现在的经济模型，然后跟接下来要做的事情，都会以这种长期的角度去，让游戏更好玩，就是在游戏的体验上面做到更好，以便留住玩家，更吸引玩家。
Okay, let's move to the next question. And H2 Crypto, can you check your Telegram DM? I just sent you some messages. Please check. So for Crimson, the next question is, as a marketing specialist, what is your opinion on sharing the data of the game, such as gold mined per day, amount of heroes minted, amount of gold burnt, etc.?
I think for this question, I think to answer the question as well, I think all information is incredibly valuable. I think not just for marketer, I think for any product guy, for any development team, I think for anyone that is planning the development of the game. So in the world of crypto, so I think transparency goes a long way in building the trust in the community as well. So I think that's the reason. I think all these data actually can be queried in the chain. Of course, it requires you must know where to look for the data, know how to look for the information. I think slowly we will, I think step by step we will add corresponding reports. I think to make it easier for everyone to obtain this data and to possibly understand this data as well. So I think that is the transparency part of this. That's the transparency part of our game as well. So basically, a lot of this data would be known to everyone if you know where to find. So yeah.
刚刚有点在看 Telegram，所以有一点资讯没有对齐。那大致来讲，就是在问说，就是有没有办法在网上 share 更多的游戏方面的资料跟数据，像是每天有多少的金币被产出，有多少的卡片被购买，还有多少的金币被燃烧。那回答的大致的意见是说，它这个 transparency 这个透明度会希望可以尽量的提升。那这个会横跨了 product team 就是产品 team 跟 develop 开发团队的 team 这边。那如果说有可以值得提供的数据的话，会尽量的提供。
And next question is about dungeon. And is there any chance that the team could allow for an API endpoint on the site to be able to extract the result of arena runs, such as rewards and per kill, the value of worm that the dungeon was run at, as well as enemy status?
Yeah, as I've answered in the previous question, right? I think all this data and information, I think it goes a long way in building trust with community by being transparent with the users, and all this helps in actually letting all this information will give the users a better perspective when, for example, when we launch downvoting for how the game is going to be built or move forward in future. So all this information will be provided as time goes. Like what I mentioned, the information is there, but how we're going to extract it and to make it meaningful information to share with you guys. Yeah. So I think we will evaluate the scenario and then share more information as time goes by. Yeah.
问题就是在于有没有办法提供一个API，就是应用程式的使用界面，可以让使用者可以轻易的截取到像是有多少的地牢或者是 arena 被玩，然后还有每一个击败的敌人平均有多少的奖励，那还有就是大家最近比较熟悉的富裕值，那是会多少的数值？有没有一个很简单的可能一个网址或者是一个 API code 就可以取得的资料？那回答的是说，就如同前一题提到的，其实这些资料都在区块链上面，大家可以经由像是就是区块链上面取得这些资料，但是重点就是在这些资料截取之后，如何能够被有效率跟正确的呈现出来。那这个部分还需要经过内部的讨论跟沟通，才可以逐渐的进行。那这是他们之后会努力的，慢慢做到的事。
Will there be a closed beta test for Cyber Arena and Cyber Chess with volunteers?
Definitely. I can say I think the volunteers will be one of those early few that will have a taste of this new game types, and then yeah, so definitely you guys will be invited. Yeah, if you guys love to be part of the closed beta test. Yeah.
Okay.
好，那我稍微翻译一下，就是那个有没有那个封闭测试对于 Cyber Arena 跟 Cyber Chess 可以给我们这些志愿者去参与的？那回答的是说， 如果大家有热情有意愿的话，那这个当然是非常的好。那会希望说之后就是有机会的话，请大家参与这个封闭的测试。
So next question is, what are your plans on attracting new users? So it's a like marketing and growth side question.
So I think from the product side perspective, maybe I'll speak on two perspectives. So our product side, I think of course to attract new users, we need to work on the product. We need to develop new game types, and also have a stable revenue model. And I think that is most important for the product side of things. So for the marketing side, I think we are growing the team. I think and we are moving and to expand globally. So we are reaching out to users globally from South America region, Middle East, and Europe region. So we are planning for all this, and at the same time, some of our plans include working with KOLs, communities. That's where actually the I think you guys come into play. If you guys have know of anyone who wishes to work with us, or you can recommend to us. But at the same time, we are also looking at partnerships to see how we can, I think, work with different exchanges to expand our reach and also get listing done on them as well. And then that is for the influencer part. I think we're also looking to content influencers that deal with YouTube, Twitter. So if you have content creation people, do recommend them to us as well. We will be more than willing to work with them. So on the other part of growth of new players, I think that there will be always challenges, like because GameFi is a kind, I wouldn't say it is a new kind of game, but of course it just it's getting hot now. We are still trying to attract the traditional gamers who are who has been there for the longest period of time. So this is something that we are trying to educate and get more players into our game itself. So we are also reinventing the way possibly we are looking at ways to possibly better the process of onboarding of new players. So currently, if you see, if you wish to, if you are a new player, if you want to start a game, you have to do a number of steps. So I think we counted close to 15 to 17 steps to really at least try the game. So I think we are trying to improve this process, so it makes it easier for everyone to join the game, and also maybe make it easier for you guys to ask friends to come and play as well. So you don't need to go through the whole extent of really explaining how to create MetaMask, how to create MetaMask account, how do you connect, how do you top up, and everything. So all these are already in plans. We are doing something to shorten this whole process. So these are some of things that we are going through at the moment. Yeah.
问题就是该怎么样吸引新的玩家。那回答的内容非常长。第一个就是产品部门的话，那产品部门那边就是要想办法让整个奖励要维持的稳定，然后也要维持玩家的既定的兴趣。这部分是产品部门要一直持续进行的。那第二个就是他们现在所处的这个 marketing 部门。那 marketing 部门我刚刚应该没有听错的话，他们人力是有希望要增加的，但是他们特别针对的方向会是针对于像 KOL Key Opinion Leaders， 像这一些像是 YouTuber 这些。
H2, I think you have lost your connection.
现在可以吗 ？Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. It's okay now.
OK，就是在市场行销部门这一块，他们会持续的去请更多的社群相关的人去进行帮忙推广。那我觉得最后一个部分是比较有意思的，就是说现在的新玩家要去开始玩我们的游戏的话，他要经过很多很多的步骤才可以完成。那对于新玩家来讲的这个负担其实是非常高的，所以他们有在进行一系列的优化，包含从你注册的钱包到你怎么样去购买货币，到最后怎么样玩到我们的游戏。那这部分的优化呢，希望可以促进 可能对于区块链还不熟悉的玩家，甚至有机会可以去直接进入到我们游戏来游玩，这个部分是有着手进行的。
Okay, so let me promote our hiring advertisement. So currently, me and Crimson is hiring people. So if you want to become official staff in terms of PR and marketing or community, or you have some friends who is an expertise in such field, you can recommend them or yourself to me and to Crimson.
就是这个这个也翻译，就是现在我们就是稍微自我推荐一下，就是我们现在正在征求可能不同领域的专家，那可能如果对于社群，然后对于市场行销跟任何有关的，只要有人有意愿或者是有想法、有认识的人都欢迎推荐给 Olivia 或者是 Chris。
Thank you H2 Crypto. And let's move to the next question. So far, play to earn seems not a positive term anymore because back in 2021, many play to earn GameFi didn't survive well. So will we continue to use this slogan or any new one for Cyber Arena and other coming gameplay? Let's move to Crimson.
Sorry, could you repeat the question again?
Yes. The question is, so far play to earn seems not a positive term anymore because back in 2021, many play to earn GameFi didn't survive well, like their token is dropping drastically and they're losing their players and users. So will we continue to use this slogan or any new one for Cyber Arena and other coming gameplay? So I want to answer part of this question. You have seen that in Twitter, we have changed that play to earn slogan into another slogan, which is MMORPG metaverse game. So we will no longer use play to earn slogan, but we will use some other slogans to replace it. Do you have something to add, Crimson?
I think of course I think in the earlier part everyone talks about play to earn, but ultimately we have to look at what is able to sustain the game. I think if you want a bigger community in the game, we have to look into the bigger metaverse. We have to look into how traditional games build their games, and then how do they retain users in the long run. So I think that's something that we have been focusing a lot more in, like developing more content to make the game more interesting. So I think we are already moving as what Crypto Girl has shared. We have already moved away from that term, and I think we are looking into providing more content and then let users enjoy the game more, other than just looking at earning in the games. Yeah.
问题就是 Play to Earn 在去年的时候，其实经历了一系列的高高起伏、高高低低，最后都不太好。那所以这个已经不是一个正面的名词了。我们会继续用这个 Play to Earn 去推广游戏吗？还是我们有其他的 slogan？那刚刚 Olivia 有协助，就是回答一部分，就是在于现在我们已经比较大量的使用所谓的 MMORPG Metaverse，就是多人的角色扮演元宇宙这样子的一个景象来作为整个游戏的印象来进行宣传。那 Criticism 之后再加强一点，就是说的确 Play to Earn 我们之后是 已经算是不会再这样子用了。我们更聚焦的会是在于元宇宙跟长期发展这两个，可以说是这两个概念吧，去推广游戏。所以大家就是可以从元宇宙长期发展，跟刚刚提到的多人角色扮演、元宇宙这些来做联想。
Okay, I think this is the last question for today. Will there be a closed? Sorry, not this one. Does our last question is, does it have leaderboard and a ranking system for the cyber arena?
So yes, we will have a ranking system, and I think there will be a competitive reward mechanism that will be coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
问题是 Cyber Arena 会不会有排行榜？那回答就是说，是的会有，然后我们会有其他的奖励机制，也会相应的推出。
Okay, so I think that's all for the third part, and let's check on the winners. So, congratulations on DXA Gomigo, Udi PD Baoja, and me on winning this raffle. But I will give my raffle to others. So I will send a message in the volunteer chat, and the first one who replies my message will win my part. So I for my computer, it is Aussie Sam that the first one who replies my message. So congratulations on Aussie Sam. Okay, so for the winners of the raffle, please send your BNB chain wallet address to 1 Bitcoin, and we will give you BNSL jobs in the few days. And that's all for today. And thank you, Crimson Sky, for your inspiring speech, and thank you H2 Crypto for your accurate and translation, and for all the content you hear today. You can share all the information to the community. Meanwhile, we will also prepare some official promotion materials. That's all for today. So thank you guys for your participation and attention.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.